Thank you. You may be seated. Mr. Speaker, Madam Lieutenant Governor, Chief Justice, Honorable House and Senate members, thank you for this invitation to speak in the final joint session of the 2008 Texas 4-H Congress. Before I begin, I would like to call up Sarah Clarkey, Director of Community Relations from the Governor's Office. On behalf of Texas 4-H Congress, I am pleased to present this portfolio of issues identified by 4-H Youth of Texas to the Governor's Office. Our own Governor Perry was a 4-H member in District 3 and was a Gold Star member in 1964. Over the last couple of days, I've walked through these hallowed halls, and I can't help but think about our current and former elected officials who have passed life-altering legislation in these chambers. I hope you realize what an honor it has been to have this opportunity, as we are only one of 5 youth organizations to actually take over the Capitol and sit in these chambers, where many previous Texas dignitaries pondered legislation to strengthen our state. I am most pleased that you agree with my strong opinion on House Bill 152, Senate Bill 352, horse processing legalization, House Bill 209, Senate Bill 409, gasoline tax and agricultural use, and House Bill 142, Senate Bill 342, excused absences, which I signed into law earlier this morning. As outlined yesterday, I wanted to sign into law bills that were accurate, well-written, and cost-effective. These were precisely the 3 bills that were most impressively written and met my vision for the future of Texas. In addition to these bills, I have also signed into law House Bill 200, Senate Bill 400, exemption of property with regard to eminent domain, and House Bill 219, Senate Bill 419, no sealed records for sex offenders. I've chosen to veto House Bill 239, Senate Bill 439, proof of citizenship before receiving medical benefits. At this point in time, I do not feel like there is a structured and strategized plan to implement this bill. I would hate to have on my conscience that someone was denied health care because of the initial diagnosis was not deemed an emergency. More thought should be placed into the strategy of this bill to ensure medical safety for all. I know that House Bill 109, Senate Bill 309, homeschool UIL participation brought about passionate discussion and dialogue in both the House and the Senate. I want to be clear that my stance was not based on personal and family decisions, but a lack of clarity and specific logistical reasoning on how this bill would be administered. I appreciate the fact that the Senate closely analyzed each section of this bill, identified its limitations, and ultimately decided to fail this bill. I am most disappointed, not entirely in the final vote, but in the exhaustive discussion that took place after the Senate had already failed the bill. This should be a lesson to every one of us in this chamber to appreciate the valuable time that we have to carry out our legislation. This filibustering prevented you from reviewing and deciding upon other priority bills that would positively affect the citizens of Texas. In closing the 2008 Texas 4-H Congress, I want to issue a couple of challenges to each of you as you return home to continue to provide leadership within your county. Challenge number 1. As you know from your experience at Roundup, Dr. Couch issued a challenge for you to immediately register to vote upon your 18th birthday. Keep in mind, the right to vote is an ultimate American privilege that is bestowed upon you. Use what you have, use what you have learned, and experience firsthand in this legislative session to ensure that you're making informed, educated, thoughtful decisions when it becomes time to vote. Challenge number 2. You just experienced the #1 leadership and government youth program Texas 4-H has to offer. You were selected amongst your peers to attend this prestigious event. It is my hope, but more importantly, it is your responsibility to use what you've learned from this experience to run for office in your club, county, school, college or university, and later down the road, your city council and state. You might even want to serve as a congressional intern. Challenge number 3. Tell others about your experience at the 2008 Texas 4-H Congress. Not only is it important to share your experiences with other 4-Hers, their parents, and adult volunteers, you must also share it with others of the local 4-H family, outside of the local 4-H family. Request to speak at Lions Clubs, Rotary Clubs, your county commissioner's court, and any other group in your county about Texas 4-H Congress. Also, write a letter to your elected officials and tell them about your meaningful experience. And finally, I hope that each one of you will take a minute to thank Dr. Martha Couch for her 36 years of tireless dedication to the Texas 4-H and Youth Development Program. Dr. Couch, on behalf of current and past 4-Hers across the state, I want to personally thank you for all you've done for us. Volunteers for all of your hard work in making this a positive experience for all of us. Similar to Texas legislation, Texas 4-H also had its own founding father. As we take a moment to reflect on Tom Martz's dream, we must also be committed to building on our own founding father's vision and adopt it as our own as 4-H members. We, you and I, have now become the founding fathers for the next 100-year era. What happened in this Centennial Congress will surely be reflected upon by the 2108 Texas 4-H Congress. Each of you had an awesome opportunity to make contributions to this process. The bills that I assigned into this special session have now been submitted to Governor Rick Perry and key legislators to be considered for the next legislative session. You have really shown the spirit of the Centennial Texas 4-H theme, making it yours, making this Congress a remarkable and historical event for you and everyone here. Thank you, and may God bless Texas.